What's good, people? What is good? How's everyone doing? I know I always say this, but I really do hope that everyone is doing very, very well. I genuinely, sincerely mean that. I hope that no one's going through anything that they shouldn't be going through. Yeah, just because I know the feeling of going through shit that you don't want to go through. So hopefully everyone is cracking on with whatever they need to crack on with. I was going to say something else. Apologies for the lack of content on this channel in the last week or so. It's been slacking. I remember when I used to do 10 to 12 videos a week. I need to get back to that. I need to get back to that kind of effort, which probably means that this might be the last Today in Boxing. It might be that, just because I feel like obviously with these videos I cover like 12 subjects, and I might just start doing the 4 or 5 minute videos again. Maybe, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna sneeze there. No, we're not gonna sneeze. Are we gonna sneeze? Are we? We're not. We're not. Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you prefer these longer videos where I cover every subject in about, I don't know, 2 minutes? Or do you prefer when I give each subject its own 6-7 minute video? Let you guys let me know, because it's you guys that watch the videos, and I'm more than happy to do this, so a 25-minute video about everything. But there are some people I've seen in the comment section that have said they prefer the longer videos, the longer subject videos, so 6 or 7 minutes per subject. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. All right. Where are we? By the way, very quickly, yesterday I was on Talk Sport, and I was on there with a former Newcastle striker and Portsmouth striker. I don't know if you guys remember him, Lamano Loa. Very skillful player. Quick story is that we grew up with each other, or grew up around each other, sorry. He went to a school a couple of minutes away from mine, and his school was crap at football. Crap. Whereas my school was very, very good. Like, we had me, I was quite good, back in the day. We had Trezor Candle, who went on to play for Leeds United. We had Alton Farrell, that went on to play for Tottenham and Hull City. So we had some good players on our team. So he went to a school called Forest Gate, and his school kept getting battered, like 7-1, 8-2, them kind of random score lines back in the day when you're young. So we didn't pay any attention to anyone coming from that school, like whatever. The top schools were Rokeby, St. Bonds, and a couple others, but Forest Gate was way down the pecking order. But everyone kept on talking about this guy, Lamano Loa. And I was like, really? Like, we're the big dogs. Like, we've got the players that are all on, at professional clubs. Like, even myself, I was at Tottenham at the time. And then we played against him. And no joke, he was by far the best 15, 16-year-old at the time I'd ever seen in my life. And I'd seen them all, by the way. Again, I was at Essex schools, so we used to play other counties. So I played against Stephen Gerrard. I played against the likes of Joe Cole. Sorry, no, not Joe Cole, but I've played against Joe Cole Academy games against him. Who else was really good back then? Bobby Zamora was the man back then, trying to play. Bobby Zamora at 15, 16, everyone wanted him. When I say everyone, I mean every single club. It's crazy, because he then kind of dropped down to go back up, didn't he? But 15, Bobby Zamora was just the man. But Lamano was the greatest footballer I'd ever seen. And it's weird how, obviously, I say that, and his career, although he went on to play for the Premier League, his career didn't exactly go to those kind of crazy heights. But he was just incredible. And he didn't even get scouted. So he went to Leyton Orient, didn't take him, went to West Ham Trials, I remember. They didn't take him. So me and him ended up going to the same college, Leyton Sixth Form College. And we played, who did we play against again? We played against Colchester College. So not Colchester College. And he destroyed them. He destroyed them so much that the manager of that college came into the changing rooms after, and was like, can I have a word with you? I was so jealous. He's like, because I thought I played quite well. He said, can I have a word with you? Called him out. 2 weeks later, Lamano signed for Colchester. and I think they paid him, he said on air yesterday, £250 a week. And back then, I mean, we're talking like 98. And I'm telling you now, Lomano was broke. So 250 was like, what? You're paying me what? And then obviously he stayed at Colchester for a season, 2 seasons, went Newcastle. All right, let's talk boxing. Apologies for that. I just thought I'd tell you that story. Let me quickly get the amber nectar in the system. All right, Squee. I don't even know if it's on here. But let's quickly talk about this Canelo Alvarez, Yildirim situation. WBC, obviously, when they sit around their table with their fine wine and Michelin star food, voted 36-1 that Canelo fight Yildirim for the vacant title. That title vacated because Benavidez Benavidez came in overweight for his fight, vacated title. Now, obviously, everyone had a meltdown, as you should. And I'm proud of the boxing community. Like, no, this is unacceptable. And Dazn, who obviously are, what are Dazn? The broadcasters / promoters alongside Golden Boy have not agreed to the fight. They're saying no. They're saying no. And you know what the worst thing is? Let's kind of rewind a bit. The worst thing is, it was Canelo that basically petitioned to fight Yildirim. That's what Mauricio Suleiman has come out and told us recently, that it wasn't a case of they said yes, yes, yes. He said it, and then they asked around the table, and then obviously it came to 36-1. Canelo asked to fight Yildirim. I'm shocked by that. I can't lie to you. I am very, very shocked. I get it. You want to become a legit 4-weight world champion, and that's a belt that's out there now. But really? Canelo? I just didn't picture him as that kind of guy. I pictured him as the guy that runs to the fire, literally takes on all the tough SOBs out there. So that shocks me. Anyway, Dazn have said no, which I feel there's going to be some sort of legal issue here soon. I really do. Bear in mind, I don't think Canelo has a leg to stand on when you're getting paid 36 million a fight. I mean, if you're getting paid that kind of money to fight, I don't think you can just pluck out a third rate, and that's what Yildirim is. It might even be 4th or 5th rate level super middle and say, let me fight him. You know, but I feel like there's going to be some sort of problems here, because if the WBC is saying we want him to fight him, the WBC, Golden Boy is saying, yep, fine, no problem, because they know it's Canelo, but Dazn are saying no. That's a bit of a tricky situation. A bit of a tricky situation. I'm happy Dazn have put their foot down and said no. Like, this is what? We're not doing this. This ain't going to do any sign-ups for us. You know, we want big names. We want Billy Joe. And okay, maybe people might say, well, they're not big names, but they're big fights. You can sell those fights a bit. You can. It's so difficult to sell Yildirim. It's difficult. It reminds me of those days when Chris Eubank Jr. and I love Prince Nassim Hamed, you know I do, but when they were fighting guys over here and just knocking them over, and the story was just all about Nassim and Eubank Jr. And I was so young back then, I thought that they were fighting killers, and they weren't. They weren't. I mean, Chris Eubank Jr. and Prince Nassim Hamed fought some disgraceful opponents. Shocking opponents. And this reminds me of that. I've always said that Canelo doesn't need a dance partner. He's so big, but if I'm paying you 36 million or whatever it is, I think that's the figure. You ain't taking a piss with Yildirim. You aren't. All right. What have we got to talk about? I don't know where we're going to go. This could be a long video. It could be a short one. I think it will be a long one. Let's have a look. We're going to do predictions in a minute. Should I do a separate video? No, we'll do it in one video. All right. Joshua views Povetkin as a very live dog in fight with Whyte. I'm perplexed as to why Joshua is there, but okay, I get it. He is the big name, Sky, there's a heavyweight fight. Eddie loves him, makes sense, right? Kind of. But anyway, Joshua is there, and he's saying that Povetkin's a live dog. Of course, Povetkin's. I don't know if anyone out there, and there are some, I don't want to call you idiots, because that's too strong a word, but I kind of just did, didn't I? There are some people that, for some reason, don't think Povetkin's a live dog and Whyte's going to run through him, and Povetkin's old and blah, blah. If Whyte doesn't run through him, it means that Whyte's not ready. Povetkin is a live dog. How have we got so complacent that we're not considering a fellow top 10 heavyweight a live dog? The heavyweight division right now is stacked. Like from 1 to 30, it's quite dangerous. It's quite that it's so dangerous that number 30 could beat number 10. That's no joke. I'm not even BSing right here. Like number 10, I don't know. I personally don't have Pulev as number 10, but number 10 could be Pulev as an example. Number 30 could be F.A. Jagba. Just as an example, or a Tony Yoka, right? They could ice Pulev. Yeah? That's how deep it is. So for you to think that Povetkin, who is number 7, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure where he is. I haven't done it in my head recently. Can't or isn't a problem for Dillian Whyte, who's number 3 or 4, then I'm sorry. You need to stop watching boxing and maybe watch badminton. This is an interesting one, and this isn't even about the subject, but I saw this, that Elida Alvarez, is that how you pronounce his name? Elida Alvarez, I think it is, versus Joe Smith. Good fight. Not a problem with that fight. The card's actually pretty good as well. $64.95 pay-per-view. Boy. Let's move on very quickly. Tyson Fury warns Deontay Wilder, I won't wait forever. Yeah, Fury is ready to go, right? He's itching. He looks like he wants to fight and do it behind closed doors. You know what this behind closed doors thing is? There's a fight that's going to happen, and I can't tell you the fight. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what fight it is. But you guys will probably... don't know if it's even going to be told. But anyway, let me tell you something that is happening that maybe I shouldn't tell you, but fuck it. We're going to start because I've just started and I'm not going to edit this bit out. This behind closed door thing. Now, I've always spoken about the gate receipt money, right? The reason the fights can't happen is the gate receipt money. It's not about the fan atmosphere, which is important, but it isn't about that, especially not for the boxers and the promoters and the TV net. It's about that gate receipt money, particularly for the boxers and the promoters. If you take some of these big fights, so Wilder Fury being one of those, not the B-level ones, I'm talking the A-star level fights, right? Where Joshua Pulev, for example, that's an A-star level fight just because of Joshua, not the fight itself, but because of Joshua. If you take those fights to Saudi Arabia, yeah, to the Middle East, where there are billionaires, trust me, you'll make your gate receipt money. How? I know for a fact there's an event that's going to happen over there where they are charging 30 people, just 30. So again, socially distanced. You won't even know they're in the arena because you can't even see them. $1 million a ticket. And some of those people are willing to pay $1 million a pop. You made your gate receipt money just like that. Yeah, you heard it here, people. So it can happen. For those A-star fights, if we're talking about gate receipt money, it can happen. Trust me. Problem solved. Problem solved, right? No? I'm telling you now, problem solved. Again, I'm talking for the high ones. So we're talking the elite of the elite fights. I'm not talking... So I don't even know if in my head I put Chisora Usyk in that. Do you know what I mean? That's a high level elite I'm talking. Like if Canelo was to fight GGG, that's an elite fight again. It's just that kind of fight. I think some would pay that. Some would pay that for Amir Khan versus Manny Pacquiao. So some big fights can happen behind closed doors, is what I'm saying. Some, and you will still make your gate receipt money. And trust me, that story I told you about $1 million a pop is going to happen. It's actually happening. I heard from a very good source. I feel like Mike Coppinger here. I heard from a very good source yesterday who told me. But he told me in confidence not to mention the fight, so I won't mention it. All right, what's this? Let's quickly touch on Dillian Whyte-Povetkin. Let's do fight predictions for it quickly. The whole card. Let me quickly bring it up again. Need to get to gym for 11:30. It's 10:22. Alrighty. You know, sometimes I have absolute nightmares that I didn't press record. There's some videos I've done. I'm praying to God I pressed it. If I didn't, you ain't going to see this bit. But there's some videos I've done where I've ranted on for 30 minutes and I forgot to press record. All right, Alan Babbage versus Shondell Winters. This is an interesting one, isn't it? The little face-off yesterday and the little sit-down They were going at each other a lot, boy. Alan Babbage hasn't fought anyone. I mean, I know as an amateur he did. And by the way, he looks so different with his beard off. Like with his beard off, it's weird how a beard just makes certain people look menacing. With his beard off, he just looks like, all right. Like you don't look scary at all, man. I have no idea how this fight's going to play out. No idea. Alan Babbage has fought no one. He's fought no one. Shondell Winters fought, didn't he fight Joseph Parker? So a quick look. So look at who's his 3 losses to. Joseph Parker got stopped. Nikodem Joeski, who was 16-0, majority decision in Joeski's hometown. That's interesting. 16-0. Who else stopped him? Brian Howard, who's 12-1, stopped him. Beaten a couple of prospects, you know. He beat Alexander Teslenko, who was 16-0 in Canada. Knocked him out. This is an interesting little scrap. He's literally beaten a lot of prospects, 9-0 guys. Do you know what I mean? So they've chucked at him a couple of prospects, and he's obviously like, yeah, let's fight him. And well, no, let's not fight him. Ooh, I don't know. I'm going for the upset. Just on that, I don't know too much about Babbage, but I'm going for Shondell Winters if he's been given enough notice and the gas tank is full. Maybe cause a bit of an upset, just because, again, Babbage has fought no one. I know he's sparred a lot of people, and as an amateur, he beat a lot of people, but it's the pro game, as they say. All right, Luther Clay. So that, by the way, if Shondell Winters, if you want to put money on Shondell Winters, you're going to get good odds. Good odds, trust me. Because I know that Babbage is a heavy favourite in that fight. All right, Luther Clay, Chris Congo. Interesting fight, this one. I'm edging to Clay on points. I am. I don't think Chris Congo, I think he's only fought one person. Let's have a quick look with a winning record. Good boxer, big, obviously huge, right? The size difference here is massive. But if Luther Clay can somehow negate that. All right, so yeah, he's fought. So his last couple of fights, Fernando Valencia 8-11, Adam Grablik 5-22, Avridas Trezino 22-78. A couple of closer resumes here, but then before that, Broslinav Kuban 20-23, William Warburton 23-117. So yes, he's got an unbeaten record. But you have to dig a bit deeper, people, and look at who he's fought. Whereas Luther Clay has fought in his last couple of fights guys with winning records, guys. So mentality is that they're coming to win, not coming just to lay down and get another payday. Some of those guys were just just coming to get a payday. So he fought Freddie Kiewit, who was 17-2 last time out. Dario Morelli, who was 15-0. So, you know, Yahar Teoziti, 14-3. So he's fought guys with winning records that have come to win. In saying all that, sometimes styles make fights, man. And I don't know, Chris Congo's obviously coming. I don't know, he's coming to cause pain. But I'm going to go Luther Clay on points in this one. I think Luther Clay will get it done. I just think he's the more seasoned pro at a higher level. That's what I think. Jack Cullen versus Zach Chelly. So by the way, hopefully someone's listening to all this and putting money on this. So a couple of quid, just put a couple of quid on Shondell Winters to win. I'm not saying points or anything like that, but Luther Clay to win on points. Jack Cullen versus Zach Chelly. It's a good fight. It's a good fight, this one. What are you guys thinking? Jack Cullen's obviously a lot more experienced. Has been beaten a couple of times, but I mean, the first one, it's difficult. It's such a long time ago. What? I say a long time ago. When was it? When was that last one? 2018, Roy Sheehan. But then he went on a little run. Again, fights he should be winning. John Harden was a good win. Then he got beat by Felix Cash, who we know is a bit naughty, that Felix Cash. Let's have a look at Zach Chelly. Yeah, I'm going Jack Cullen on that one. Jack Cullen Points again. I don't expect anyone. I expect someone to hit the canvas, but I expect this one to be another points. All right, let's go to the main two. Katie Taylor versus Pursoon. I'm not going to go into so much depth with this. I'm just going to give you a prediction. I think Katie Taylor's going to win on points, and I think she's going to make it look a lot easier than the first time round, where, let's be honest, I think she lost. I think Delphine Pursoon is coming for a war. They know that. We all know that. Katie Taylor just used her boxing brain and box. Katie Taylor's the better boxer by far of these two ladies. But if she wants to get into a tear-up, then good luck to her. It's exciting for us as fans, right, to see a good tear-up, but it's not exciting for her people. So Katie Taylor, I think, to box to a comfortable points victory. And initially, I was going to say set up the Cecilia Brækhus fight. Obviously, that's done now. So I wonder what next for Katie Taylor. It'd be interesting to see what next, actually. I don't know. And obviously, the final fight of the night, Dillian Whyte versus Povetkin. Again, I spoke about it earlier. This is a tough fight. It's a tough fight, people. But I think Dillian Whyte will get it done late, very late. So 10, 11, 12, I think he gets it done. But he will have problems. Just because, again, he's fighting Alexander Povetkin, who I think there's still a lot left in the tank. So, yeah, I expect Dillian Whyte to get it done, but not without drama. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all want a bit of drama, don't we? So let's hope it happens. All right, let's move on to see if there's anything else to quickly talk about. What else we got? 2 secs. What is this thing about Daniel Dubois' opponent being pulled? Because I've read somewhere that they're upset about it. 2 seconds. So that's FIFA. Remember, we're supposed to fight this guy called FIFA. They're basically trying to say that they were waiting for a contract. They didn't receive the contract. The fight was announced. Like, obviously, it was announced that FIFA was going to, like, where was the contract for the fight? They didn't get it. And they're basically claiming that it's all bullshit. That they submitted their medicals. The medicals were fine, because now it's obviously come out, Frank saying that there was a medical situation. They said the medicals were fine. They never heard back from Warren's team, and they're livid. And you can understand why they're livid. This was a good opportunity for them as well. So I don't know. So now he's going to fight a guy called Ricardo Schneiders, I think from the Netherlands, who's 18-1, 8 KOs. Don't know. Don't know what to say about that. Did they look at FIFA and think, let's not roll the dice that much? Don't know. But yeah, they're not happy. Don't know what happens. All right, let's quickly talk about this absolute nonsense that Oscar De La Hoya is coming back. It was mentioned about 3-4 months ago, and I thought it was a joke, if I'm honest with you. And he's now confirmed that he actually is training. He's training and he's ready to go. And what is going on? Like, what is this? Is this comeback season? I don't understand what is happening here. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. It's clearly not for money, because Oscar De La Hoya isn't short of a few quid. He's achieved everything he was going to achieve. I don't understand it, people. Honestly, it baffles me. How old is Mr. O? I'm guessing he's about 47. I did see some footage of him the other day hitting some pads, and he did look in shape, right? I mean, then again, I don't think that's old, so I expect you to still look in shape at 47. And then what Amir Khan called him out. Ade, hold it in. Hold it in. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know, it makes me laugh, like, when I think of that, he's 47, and Bernard Hopkins obviously retired at, what, 50? Bernard Hopkins at 47 either was a world champion or was fighting some contender. I need to quickly look at Hopkins' box record, who Hopkins fought legitimately at 47, and, like, he didn't fight no gimme. So Bernard Hopkins at 47 fought Sergey Kovalev. Is that right? That's unbelievable. I think that is correct as well, by the way. Like, Bernard Hopkins at 47 was a WBA light heavyweight champion. Bernard Hopkins is an alien. He's an alien for real. But yeah, this Oscar De La Hoya thing, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with fighters and wanting these comebacks. I don't get it. I mean, that's a lie. I do get it. Every sport, or a lot of sports, sorry, have their like senior events, right? So you can still play. You can still do what you love doing. Golf obviously continues until like your bloody 100, but tennis has senior events. Football, they all get together and have their kind of old kind of man tournament type things. Basketball, Ice Cube obviously started this 3-on-3 tournament. So again, there's a way to kind of play with your peers, and you can do all those things. Boxing, obviously, understandably so, don't have anything like that. So it's almost a case of you just stop. That's it. And some of these guys just don't want to stop. They don't want to stop. They want to continue. They're fighters. No matter how well they speak and how they put on the suits and prim and proper, deep down they're fighters and they just want to fight. That's what it is. Us near mortals sitting down don't understand that. We don't understand that. They've been fighting since they were like 10. And some of them to a very high level, and they just simply can't stop. They simply can't stop. All right, last couple of bits. In fact, this might be the last bit, just because I already know this is getting to be a long video. Garcia Campbell purse bid was cancelled. A deal has been reached for November in the US, which is good, right? I feel like boxing's back. Like it seems like it's back. Like we're not fucking about anymore. And you know me, I always attack boxing. I love the sport, but I think it's lagging behind MMA. And when I say MMA, by the way, I don't just mean UFC, by the way. I mean ONE FC, I mean Bellator. It's lagging in terms of how they put on their events and their promotion for events as well. But in the next 3 or 4 months, God willing, no injuries and no postponements and nothing because of COVID, we've got some good fights. Like we've got some, and not just big fights, big fights. Both Charlo brothers are in good fights against Derevyanchenko and Rosario, big fights. Who else? We've got Gervonta Davis, Lewis Santa Cruz, big fight. Deontay Wilder 3, whenever that happens, it's going to happen. Povetkin, Dillian Whyte on the weekend. Luke Campbell versus Ryan Garcia. I mean, that's a big fight. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. There's talks about Morris Hooker versus Josecito Lopez, sorry, on the undercard. What else we got? Teofimo Lopez, Vasil Lomachenko. Those are all big fights I've just mentioned. Those are all big fights. In fact, I'm going to do a separate video about it. So, peace and love.